I'm not going to say much about this lovely little river. I believe it speaks for itself. But here's something to think about. Tiny waterways like this may be 20, 10, or even 6 feet wide, but the passable channel no wider than the boat, or less. I am traveling with two tandem boats. These guys. They are excellent canoeists, but since they have twice the weight, they sit twice as deep in the water. This handicap aside, using a pole affords me much greater maneuverability and speed control. If things get tight, I can stop dead, push sideways to correct, or even back up with a single push. This means, with poling skills, you can face this kind of challenge with greater confidence and pleasure, rather than just gritting your teeth and often walking. And after some practice, you may even seek these little beauties out, like I do. This day, getting too far ahead was my big problem, but it was just too much fun. So even though I am presenting this to showcase the boat control that is possible, my real desire is for you to see that poling is just a lovely way to see a river. I've had many requests to describe pole planting techniques as they appear in a video, so I will do my best to break these down as I move my canoe down this river. The fundamental difference between paddling and poling is the power gained from the solid grab of the pole's tip on the riverbed. Any comparable paddle technique would demand many repetitions because it is trying to grab water, which slips around it. And if it is shallow, you can't even get a full stroke. The other thing the Polar has going for them is that they are working with an 11 or 12-foot lever, and since they are standing, they can apply full body torque and receive nearly instant results. Seeing the tandem canoes appear, I lean on my trailing pole and drag it in a really wide arc to the bow. The boat is spun 180 degrees in place, and we're off again. This is where it starts to get interesting. The river turns into a creek and takes off to the left. I stop by poking and holding ahead and then wiggle free in the gravel as I drive my feet and boat into the left turn. Not everything can be pretty. The water is picking up speed now, and the passable channel isn't much wider than the boat, and there are rocks. So I poke ahead to control my speed. This technique is called snubbing. Moving more slowly allows me more time to maneuver. Also, a standing polar has much better view ahead and down through the water than a sitting paddler. See? When you can stop, it becomes a simple thing to side slip with a push out to the side. And to save your camera. The river is opening up, but the only channel is tight to the right bank and going under a log. A right sweep initiates my left turn and is completed with a pivot around a crossover pole plant. Back to the right quickly to hold the sideways boat against the push of the current, and then drive my boat around with my feet to miss the roots. My camera took a couple of good hits there, so I'll try and fix that and try not to fall in. Okay, here they come. Time to put her in reverse, which is as easy as going forward with a pole. You may be wondering why all the fuss about this little stream, especially since I can step out if I get stuck. Well, what if it was 5 miles long? And remember, these are the same conditions found along the banks of many large and powerful rivers, so the skills and the tactics I practice here would be the same. So, wasn't that a fun little run? How could you not want to do this? What a great way to travel down a river. You know, I really think you should learn to pole.